A lot of people who are new to keyboard and mouse gaming don't know whether they should buy a cheap keyboard or buy a pricey mechanical keyboard by a well-known company. In this video, I will be comparing my $20 keyboard and my $130 keyboard to see if there's a noticeable difference or if they feel like the exact same thing. Both of the keyboard links are in the description and pinned comment, so make sure to check it out. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe. A huge thing gamers like me like is a clean look to the keyboard. Usually we want cool RGB options and quality keycaps and board frames. My Razer Huntsman Mini has that. The membrane keyboard has keycaps that had paint rubbing off them after just a month of using it, and the LED options were not good at all. Looks aren't everything, but let's just compare the looks of the keyboards. The first keyboard looks much better than the second one, and the second one has paint rubbing off of the keycaps. Now let me show you the sound comparison between both of the keyboards. The first keyboard sounds really nice, and if I'm going to be completely honest, the second keyboard doesn't sound terrible. The only thing that sounds bad on the second keyboard is the spacebar. The important feature that separates an expensive keyboard and a budget keyboard is the switches. The Razer Huntsman Mini has linear optical switches, which is one of the best switches in the keyboard. The Razer Huntsman Mini uses infrared lights in their switches to have instant actuations at 1.0 mm. Membrane keyboards, on the other hand, have slow actuation speed. Membrane keyboards are keyboards that don't have switches, which is what the NPET K10 is. Now, I'm going to compare both keyboards in game to see if there's a difference. The first game where I compare the keyboards is Fortnite. I went to creative and started free building with the Razer Huntsman Mini. I was building like I usually do because I mainly use that keyboard. Now I'm going to be using the NPET K10. If I'm completely honest, there was barely a difference. I was able to do the same retakes and building warm-ups that I do on the Razer Huntsman Mini. I did notice that I had to press the keycaps on the keyboard with more force than I did on the other keyboard. This is because the Razer Huntsman Mini has a higher activation point. The biggest thing I noticed is that I kept hitting my mouse on the side of the keyboard. I'm used to having more desk space considering the Razer Huntsman Mini is 60% and this keyboard is full-sized. Let me show you how I am playing in Valorant with these keyboards.
Oh my god!
Enemy marked.
It's all limits open!
Stay down.
Reloading.
Spike down. Last player standing.
Nice. Same!
Pink spike, pink spike.
I am the hunter!
Nice! Nice!
One enemy remaining.
Nice!
Not ready. Scanning ahead. Found them.
Holy shit!
Good thing I was with you.
Nice
Yes.
stuff!
In the first game I was playing with the membrane keyboard, I bottom fragged and we lost the game. But when I was using the mechanical keyboard, I top fragged and we won the game. I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but I really felt good while I was using my main keyboard. The final thing I'm comparing is which keyboard has more useful features, such as customer service, wire length, and noise. Razer is a well-known brand that has great customer service. 2 of my friends had Razer mice that were malfunctioning due to a factor that they couldn't control. They contacted Razer support and they were able to return their mice and get new mice for free. For the cheaper keyboards, especially the ones by companies that aren't known too well, you won't have the best customer support. Razer devices can use Razer Synapse, a software that lets you fully customize your keyboard. You can set different color options, shortcuts, and more with the software. Other keyboards don't have access to softwares like that, like the NPET-K10. Also, the Razer Huntsman Mini is 60% sized, which saves you a lot of desk/mouse space. The NPET-K10 is a full-sized keyboard, and if you have a smaller desk, then you won't have a lot of mouse space, which happened to me. The wire for the Razer Huntsman Mini is detachable, but the one on the membrane keyboard isn't, and both wire lengths are about the same size. The amount of noise a keyboard makes is also an important factor. If you stream or record a lot, that means you don't want a super noisy keyboard to interfere with your recordings. That is why I went for the Razer Huntsman Mini, because its linear optical switches make sure that it doesn't make too many sounds. The membrane keyboard, on the other hand, makes a lot of noise, and when I record with it, you can't hear my voice too well, you mainly hear the clicks of the keyboard. That's all for today's video. Both of the links of these keyboards are in the description and in the pinned comment. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, it supports me a lot, and join my Discord server to chat with me and other viewers. Thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers, we're on the road to 4,000. Thanks for watching.